Morning.
Morning.
Oh, those? Those are small. Yeah, those are one. Okay. Those are 3 for the knees. Baby. They look like they do. Oh, okay.
All the games are 10.
Oh, okay.
There's more.
You don't have any newer games like Nintendo games or anything like that?
Those were sold
Yesterday?
yesterday.
Oh, okay.
That's a pretty box right there. That's very pretty. What size is that? Which one is the black one? That's 20 or 1820. It numbered it. I wore it for the graduation last night, so when I came home. This was only in May, actually. I bought that a year ago. I was thin. I gained weight.
Hello. Morning.
Child. What did I say?
And the DS?
Okay, or call your mom.
You didn't have any other games, did you? Just the DS?
Yeah, I don't know what they did with them.
Okay.
I don't know. Let me ask, because some of them we got them modified to where it already had the games in it.
Oh,
or
okay.
something like that. RPD. Okay, you guys didn't bring any games or anything? I think they only have one game.
Yeah, I put it in.
Oh, yeah. That's the only game they have right now.
How much did you want?
She's calling her dad.
Oh, okay.
The oldest one didn't know, and the little one, I don't remember. What?
It's 20.
20? Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, wait. So, can we look at that? 20? 20? Okay. You didn't work today.
So 20, you said? Would you take 20 for both? I got one DVD.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright. There you go. Alright. Thank you.
No, it's just because all of it got put together.
We asked Daniel to separate them nicely, and it didn't go so well.
Morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing alright.
Good morning.
Early. Always tired.
You're early. Okay, what else is there? Here, Kathy, that one can go in your bag. Whose shoes are these? Yeah. You can pile them over here too. Oh no, those are grandma's. Yeah, I think they're Fiona. We got all of Fiona's stuff out already because she was on top. You don't know if those are even playable anymore.
Well, how much were you asking?
50 cents.
Hey YouTube, I'm here showing my video game finds for July 26th and the week before that. Overall, I would say an amazing week. I would say this is like the third year in a row where around this time I just pick up this crazy lot of stuff, and it happened this weekend, and it's going to be just enormous amount of stuff I'm about to show you for garage selling wise. But I'm going to hit the thrift stores first, and like I said last week, I used my coupons for the bookstore, so I'll show you the bookstore stuff first. They had a Wii, another Wii there. Apparently someone brought in another Wii, so I picked up another Wii for $27. And then I picked up a few games. Couldn't really find anything else for that 50% off other than the Wii, so I picked up a few other games. The Sims 2 Castaway for the PS2 for $3, and then 2 in the clearance section. Actually, yesterday, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and a disc only of a PlayStation 2 game, Inuyasha, Secret of the Cursed Mask, it says. Even though it's disc only, it still is a $10 game. So those were my pickups at the bookstore. Overall pretty good, I would say. I was surprised that someone brought in another Wii. Most likely they had a huge supply of Wiis, and every single time someone bought one, they just brought another one out. So at the other thrifting areas, at Goodwill, not that much stuff, only a few games. 3 games in total for $3. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Seems like I've been picking up quite a few of these lately. And for $3, From Russia with Love 007 for the GameCube. And I paid $6 at the more expensive Goodwill Wii Fit Plus, $6. Average deal. Still, it's a $12 game, so still a good pickup. And that is everything I picked up at Goodwill. Not as good as last week, but I'm definitely not complaining on the pickups I got this week. And then finally at Savers, I got a few consoles. I got a DS for only $10. Last week I showed you a DS at the same Savers for like $20. I mean, I don't know, the pricing is weird. And then another console, a GameCube console. I did test this one out. Didn't come with anything, any cords or anything, but they like to separate their power cords, so I paid $6 for the console and then like $4 for the power cord, a separate transaction. I think it's kind of ridiculous. They really should put everything together. And then one game for $2, Need for Speed Underground 2 for the Xbox. Pretty good pickup, I would say. So those were my thrift store finds. I'm checking one more time. Oh, one other thrift store pickup at Thrift Town after I go garage sailing. I go there after I go to Goodwill. All these games were sealed and $4 a piece, but then I used a coupon. It worked out only to be $3 a piece. The odd thing about these, none of these are U.S. games. I mean, they're U.S. games, but they're all 3 of them are PAL and 1 of them is a Japanese game. So, Formula Front for the PSP is Japan only, and then 3 PAL GameCube games. They're all sealed. Not the greatest titles, but they're all PAL games. SSX 3, Tiger Woods 2004, and Harry Potter's Quidditch World Cup. All these are PALs. I have to find PAL games in the US, but for sealed PAL games, I pick them up for $4 a piece any day. So that is finally all the thrift store pickups. You saw in the video my Friday pickups and my very early Saturday pickups. For some reason, in the middle of cross selling on Saturday, the spy camera decided to just restart itself and crash. So it did not. I could not show any video of the later stuff, which is fine. Is amazing. I gotta say, it's just amazing. So I go through Friday's pickup. The second garage sale I went to, you saw that there was a DS for $20. It does have a really nasty gash there, but it does work fine. I did try charging it there, but it didn't charge, but charged at home. And then came with one game, personal training cooking for the DS. I mean, it's the only game they had. I did ask if they had other games, but they didn't have any. Apparently they were selling at one house and they had left it at the other place. So the other place that I showed you where I picked up the weird, not weird, you say, I guess this really old retro games. Apparently they had a Thursday estate sale and a Friday, and apparently all the Nintendo stuff sold on Thursday. But he made it sound like that only the box stuff that they had was brought out first, and that they only went through half of the storage unit, they said, the person who passed away, and that I left them my email and they said they would get me back when they start going through the rest of the stuff. They said there were still tubs and tubs of games, but they were just loose cartridge games. But really did not care if they were box. I mean, it makes a difference, but it's really hard to find, NES games that are loose cartridge anyway. So I go through my pickups for that place. I paid $95 for everything. The Atari games, even though they were marked 20, he only wanted 10. So the two Atari games I picked up were Pitfall and, I'm showing you the wrong side, the back cover, Pac-Man. I'm not very knowledgeable about Atari, but obviously I do know about something about these two games. They are pretty, I guess, well-known games. And then I picked up one controller, an Xbox 360 controller. He didn't have the Xbox. And then you saw me pick up these sealed Videocade cartridges, I guess games. I did a little research. Apparently it was in between, I think, 1981, 1982 that they joined together with some other company, well, Activision, Atari, and they put the console together. But it was apparently very, very poor, and actually for that time period it was a very high quality console, but it didn't do so well. And actually at the end of the day they only released around 26 games. So I'm about to show you actually 7 games, like so. A third of the games I picked up out of that console. So Artillery Duel 5005, Tic-Tac-Toe, Amazing Maze, a very scary clown game, Brickyard Clowns, Astro Battle 2009. I think they're trying to give a future of what 2009 would be, which did not happen, obviously. Football 3002, another sports game, Tornado baseball tennis game, and finally Bally Pin 3005. So as you can tell, this person who passed away most likely was a very big collector of just pretty much everything, because I mean he had a lot of in-the-box toys, action figures that I didn't pick up. I kind of cut the video quite a bit of the footage just because one room where all the toys were was just no lighting at all, and the video would have been terrible if I posted it. So only the very front house had actual lighting, so I couldn't really show you all the action figures that they were selling. So those were all my pickups on Friday. And Saturday was, I would say, amazing. I'm going to have to split this video or pan through some of the stuff and go through it quickly. I'll show you my small finds first. On Saturday, the very first find, you probably saw it already, 3 GameCube games. They only wanted 50 cents each, but eventually they didn't have any change, so I just gave them $2. Super Monkey Ball, Animal Crossing, and a sealed copy of Shrek 2. And then that was it for the very first one. And then the very next place, actually for the first hour, 7 o'clock, it didn't do so well. Usually I do my best stuff at 7, but some reason I think I was just getting there way too early for some of these places. So after a while, I did get a pickup. I'm trying to go through it in order. And so around 8 o'clock, there was 8 o'clock posting for video games at some place. And I was driving over, looked like they were setting up, just beginning to. And there was another garage sale across the street. So I went there first, and then I recognized this guy. And he sells at the flea market video games. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to get anything here. So I run across to the other place that I was starting to set up. And I got this huge lot. I'm about to show you after I show you my small finds. I pick up that lot, and I run back. And I see that guy still there. I was trying to figure out why, because he's been there for a long time. I walk up to him, and he knows me, because apparently we did a deal a long time ago. And he's like, I picked up all the Super Nintendo stuff. That's what he said to me. I picked up all the Wii stuff. And he's like, I left you some Sony stuff behind. I'm like, okay, thanks for at least leaving something. So I'll show you my finds. Like I said, most of the stuff was Sony. Some PS2 games and PS1 games. It worked out to be $30 for everything. Rugrats in Paris, the movie. Mega Man 8. The guy has a hard time selling, he said, Sony stuff at the flea market. This one, I guess a lot of people like to buy Nintendo stuff, so that's why I left these behind. Family card games, the sealed version, and sealed version of Big Race USA. And then he left me, I guess, the crappiest Wii game there is, but it was sealed. Wii Play. And then I have a few PS2 games. The guy who was actually selling actually used to work at Sony, so that's why some of these games are sealed. Siphon Filter, the Mega Strand, probably not worth the price. And then a sealed copy of SOCOM 3. Sealed copy of Maximo vs. Army of Zin. Intellivision Lives. Finally, The Sims 2. And I also picked up one controller. I've never seen this color controller. Mostly for the original PS1, the white one. I know there's a white one with the small white PS1 console, but this one looks like from the original PlayStation console. So that was my pickups for $30. And then after that, actually before that, there was a block sale, but not that many houses I asked if they had video games, and the only one that had something video game related was the sealed or used from GameStop, 120 gig Xbox 360 HD. So that is my pickups, and then there was one late pickup that I picked up. It's like near the end, after my huge 2 finds. There's 2 huge finds, so I'm going to show you my late pickup. My very last pickup, I paid $3 a piece for these PlayStation 2 games. Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, Evil Dead, A Fistful of Boom, and Shadow Man Second Coming. So those were my last finds, and actually in between garage sale I did pick up another Wii. It's right in front of me, I don't know why I missed it. They wrapped it up pretty nicely. They only wanted, I think they originally wanted $75. Came with all the cords, 2 controllers with Wii Motion Plus and the nunchucks. I think I got them down to $60 on this one. And then 4 games. Wii Play, The Simpsons game, Wii Sports Resort, and a sealed copy of Carnival Games Mini Golf. So those are all my small finds, and I'll get into the big find. Like I said, I went to a garage sale, they had a posting for video games, they weren't ready, I went across the street, and then came back to it, and asked him if he had any video games. Posting said they had video games, and he said he did not have any, but he had a bunch of boxes, just empty boxes. And I said, okay, I'll take a look. And he went to the back shed, and he just opened up this amazing box full of empty boxes. And they're just empty boxes of Super Nintendo and Nintendo. They're all empty, original boxes in mint condition. I paid exactly $110 for this whole lot. Threw in a bunch of controllers. He showed me he had a Nintendo and Super Nintendo, but he was going to hold on to it. Asked him about the games. He said he had it in another house, but he's going to hold on to the games. But he sold all the boxes to me. all the Super Nintendo ones have their insert and their instructions except one box, and all the Nintendo games boxes have just the boxes themselves, no instructions. I think I could have asked, we could have stayed longer, I would have found them, but I thought all the instructions were there, but not a big deal. So the other peripherals I did pick up from was 2 NEX Max 10 Nintendo controllers, a mouse for Mario Paint, and then a giant basic wear Super Nintendo controller, and then I guess you'd say this is the mouse pad for Mario Paint. And then there are a few other box items other than the games. A Game Boy box in mint condition, and then he threw this one in for $1. All the boxes were $1 a piece. The action set, Nintendo Entertainment System, just the box, in really, really nice condition, just the box. The styrofoam's inside. I mean, everything's inside, instructions inside, just, you know, no game, no console, nothing. And then the other items, actually he had one game with the box inside. Originally said they were sealed, but when I got home, I realized it was open. So the only game he actually had, he sold to me for only $1. Street Fighter 2 for the Super Nintendo. Really nice condition. I thought it was sealed because I grabbed it right away. I was looking at it this way, but obviously it's not sealed. Still, pretty good pickup. So I'm about to go I'm going to pan through the boxes. I'm not going to go through one at a time. I'll show you the highlights. These are probably the only ones I'm probably going to keep. The rest, I'll figure something out. Maybe trade if someone really wants these boxes, or something. If someone wants something specific in this lot and really needs this box because they really like this game, let me know. But these are the ones I'm probably going to keep. A box, just empty box. Super Metroid with instructions and everything. Super Mario Kart. As you can tell, these are all mint condition. Some of them had some slight damage, but definitely I'm not complaining. Zelda, this game actually already has, so finally it's going to fit. It's going to go in. And then, still probably going to hold on to this one, Super Mario All-Stars, Final Fantasy 2, Secret of Mana, and finally Super Ghouls and Ghost. So now I'm going to probably pan through the rest of these for you, just because there's a lot of them. It worked out to be, like I said, 110, about 90 to 95 boxes. So right now I'm going to go split and switch it to the panning. So those were all the boxes, quite a few, a lot of, all in mint condition I would say, really good. Like I said, I'll probably just keep some of them, the rest of them I'll probably just, you know, fill in, find the games for, and then probably just sell the games. But if someone's interested or they really, really want a specific box, because they really want this game, just let me know. Message me and we'll work out something. So after that, I showed you my other finds. And then around 9:30, probably 9 o'clock, I hit another garage sale. It's supposed to be a community sale. I actually only went to 3 garage sales because one of them just was more amazing than what I just showed you. Definitely more amazing. And the amount of money I paid is just some serious cash here. I spent a lot of money. Altogether, it was 114 games. And this person just had one box of the games sitting out there, and most of them were sealed. I asked him how much, and we worked out something $13 a game, so you could do the math. It's over $1,500. And apparently this person used to work at Capcom. So you're about to see every game here is a Capcom game. 100 of them are sealed, 14 of them were unsealed. I didn't go through them individually, figuring out which ones were sealed and unsealed when I was there. And it's just amazing. And I left my number, and she said she might call me because she said she had more stuff. She said she had a Dreamcast that was never been used, still sealed. And I was floored. Obviously I don't carry that kind of money while I was garage selling, so I ran to the bank and then ran right back, or drove there and drove right back, and dropped a ton of money. But I think it's well worth it. So I'm going to actually go through this one. I'm not going to pan through it. Some of them were doubles. I'm going to go through the ones that are, I guess, the random unopened ones first. I wish I had footage. Like I said, my spy class just crashed on me. It just sucked, but what can you do? You're going to find the greatest find of the year, and your classes are just going to crap on you. So like I said, most of these are all Capcom games, so you gotta expect Street Fighter, Resident Evil, and Mega Man. A ton of them. And half of these, or some of these, are actually Japanese, and some of these things are special edition Japanese, and some of these are, you have to be working at Capcom to get these items. So the first one, the first games I'm going to show you are unopened, or opened, and the rest are unopened. So Mega Man 3 for the Game Boy Advance, and then this weird find, I don't know why she had this in here, the one that's, you know, just unusual compared to everything else you're about to see. Mario Golf for the GameCube, just disc only. Mega Man X4, 2 copies of Street Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo, Street Fighter 2 Collection, Street Fighter Alpha 2, Darkstalkers 3, Dino Crisis 2, Strider 2, Resident Evil Survivor. All of these, even when they're open, they're, I'd say, like new, mint condition. Resident Evil Director's Cut, Resident Evil 2, and finally, the one that's not Capcom, it's Squaresoft, is Chrono Cross. But still a very nice pickup. Actually, there was one console that she had sitting there. I picked it one up, paid $20. It was a really nice, clean Game Boy SP AGS 001. This is in like new, mint condition. Almost never been used, I would say. She said she had more of these. She said she'll email me. Hopefully she does. I don't know. She had quite a few stuff. I don't know. Some people, you know, they get finished and they get tired after the garage sales. So here comes the sealed stuff, and it's a lot. I tried to do this. I'm going to do the PS2 GameCube stuff first, Game Boy Advance, Nintendo N64 stuff, then some of the Japanese GameCubes, and then PlayStation game, Japanese only game. Not Japanese only, but you can only buy this in Japan. So, sealed copy. Everything here is sealed, so I'm not going to say sealed all the time. Beautiful Joe 2, Capcom Classics Collection, Mega Man X7, Dragon Quarter, and then 2 Japanese games. Honestly, I don't even know what this game is, what the title is, and then Broken Sword. And then for the PSP games, Capcom Classic Collection Remixed, Reloaded, Dynasty Wars. This is not a Capcom game. And a Japanese, I think it's Japanese, yes, Japanese Space Invaders. So those were the PSP games, and then now for the Game Boy Advance games. Street Fighter Alpha, Street Fighter Alpha 3, Super Fighter Puzzle 2, 2 copies of that, Super Street Fighter 2, Mega Man 0 X2, Mega Man and Bass, Mega Man 03, Mega Man 4. It says Battle Network Red Sun, and then Dragon's Lair, Ghosts and Goblins, Breath of Fire, and Resident Evil Gaiden. So those were the Game Boy Advance games. As you see, they are all, related to either Street Fighter, Mega Man, or Resident Evil. So 2 N64 games. I'm keeping one of these. It's actually the same game, sealed. 2 copies of Magical Tetris Challenge. Interesting game, Disney game. 2 copies sealed. And then finally, the other GameCube games. All of these are Japanese. I like the boxes for these, the small boxes. Some of these I don't know the titles. I'm going to take a guess at. I'm assuming this is Harvest Moon. This one says PC Genjin. And then, this game actually, I can't even read it. This was the PS2 game. You can look at it. I'm not even going to try. And then Star Soldier. Chaos Field Expanded. 2 copies of Chaos Field Expanded. And then this one, Radargy Generic. 2 copies sealed. These are all the Japanese GameCube games. And then finally, one unique PlayStation Mega Man game. Japanese only. Rockman X4 Special Limited Pack. Japanese only. It has the game. And then on the side, you can tell it has a Mega Man figure inside as well, where you can suit up and you be Mega Man, and then some kind of ship that you could put on top of them. So I'm feeling this is pretty exclusive to Japan only. So those are the games, most of them. And now I'm going to go through the PlayStation and Sega Dreamcast games. I just got it set up, the table. Alright, I am back, and I got the table set up for all the PlayStation 1 and Dreamcast games. I gotta say, conversation I had with her when I was going through this, she was surprised I was going to buy everything. And we did negotiate the price. She originally wanted $15, and I worked hard, and I can only get $2 off per game, but still, I would say definitely the find of the year. Just this weekend, which is crazy. I mean, I was already super happy about the boxed games, or boxes, no games inside, but the boxes. And to find this pickup soon after was just amazing. It was just crazy. I don't know. This is. I'm debating if this is the best find of my last. I've been doing this for quite some time. I guess 3-4 years. I've had some amazing finds. Like I say, this is definitely top. I can't say this is probably the #1 best find, the best weekend I've ever had. So I'm gonna go through these quickly. And like I say, a lot of these were doubles. Some of these were doubles. Some of them were not. So, Trekking Snowboarder. Surprised that Capcom would make a snowboarding game. One Piece Mission. I thought this was related to the One Piece anime, but it wasn't. So, here comes the Resident Evil Director's Cut. Seal's a little bit broken, but still. Okay, in the back, sorry. Resident Evil 2. Greatest Hits. Non-Greatest Hits version. Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. A few copies of Dino Crisis. 2 copies. Darkstalkers. Star Gladiator. And now I'm about to hit the Mega Man lot. 2 copies, Greatest Hits Mega Man Legends. A non-Greatest Hits version. Mega Man Legends 2. Mega Man X4. Mega Man X6. And then that is it for Mega Man. Now, Marvel vs. Capcom. 2 copies. Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter. Pocket Fighter. Street Fighter Alpha. Street Fighter EX2 Plus. Finally, Street Fighter Plus OZ. I think it's OZ. Oh, sorry, Plus Alpha. So those were the Street Fighter Mega Man lot. Finally, the RPGs of the Capcoms for PlayStation. Breath of Fire 3, 2 copies. Breath of Fire 4. This is more than 2 copies. I would say 4 copies. Breath of Fire 4. And then a random game, but still Buster Bros collection. And this is Capcom. And then 2 copies of. These are the ones I saw first, and I was just like, no way are these sealed. Rival Schools, 2 copies. Alright, I'm going to jump to the Dreamcast games and then jump back to the PlayStation games that were, I guess you'd say, Japanese / exclusive to you had to work at Capcom to get these. So, I'm going to hit the Dreamcast games right now. All the Dreamcast games were sealed. I guess she didn't open her Dreamcast. She said, like I said, she said she had a console in her closet that she was probably going to sell to me when she had time, but she was getting pretty hammered with other garage sellers, pretty busy because it was a community sale. So, Heavy Metal Geomatrix, Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, Capcom vs. NSK, Power Stone 2, Cannon Spike, another Heavy Metal Geomatrix, Giga Wing 2, Street Fighter 3 Double Impact, Street Fighter 3 Threat Strike, sorry, fingers in the way. This one I've seen before, I've had this before, but not sealed. Gunbird 2, Resident Evil Code Veronica, Tech Romancer, Plasma Sword, a few copies of Spawn, to be released right when the movie came out, and then 2 copies of Mars Matrix, 2 copies of Dino Crisis, 2 copies, or actually 3 copies, last game I had for the Sega Dreamcast, Project Justice, 3 copies. So finally, I gotta say the one PlayStation game, the Mega Man, the Japanese one, is the best find. I'm definitely keeping that, no question about that. With the character inside, I don't know. I might do something special about that game, but I'm still thinking about it. So the Japanese games, I mean special, I might give it away to someone. I'm about to go through some of them. Actually, this is the only one that's unsealed. Street Fighter 2 Mix, Street Fighter 2. Try to read it. Sorry, Super Puzzle Fighter 2, Japanese version, and then Biohazard Director's Cut, Biohazard 2 Director's Cut. These are all Japanese, so hard for me to read. Full Metal Madness. I can't. I'm gonna assume this. I'm gonna read the English part. Quiz Dreams. Still has a crack in the back too, surprisingly, even though it's sealed. And then a few games, no covers, no cases. I got a feeling these were exclusive to, you had to work there to get these. Rocket Man X4. For the Dreamcast, the Japanese game, I don't know what this one is. It's not for resale. It's Mega Man, but I don't know which version. I don't read Japanese, so I'm not sure. And then a soundtrack for Street Fighter, the movie. Exactly that what it is. For the movie Street Fighter, a soundtrack. Clearly says not for resale. And then 2 games. Calo Colo for the PlayStation. I'm not so sure about what this game's about. And then a demo version of Tales of Destiny, not by Capcom, by Namco. Not sure how she got this. Maybe they made a deal or some kind of negotiation when maybe they worked with Capcom to get this. It says clearly not for a resale version. So that is everything. Like I said, the best find of the year. Definitely, I gotta say, this weekend, #1 best weekend. I will never find a lot this big. So that is everything. I'm pretty sure this is going to be an extremely long video, but like I say, well worth it if you wait till the very end. Alright, thank you for watching, and I will see you next week. See ya.